Hey, what's up, Disc Priest? Flintoid here with another Disc Priest Legion video. So in this video I'm going to be highlighting the add-ons I use and how they affect my gameplay and why I think it's important to have maybe not quite these add-ons, but at least something similar to try to use them and manipulate them to improve your gameplay. So I'm making this video for two reasons. One, to inform players that these add-ons exist to help you, that you should be using these as extensively as you can. And secondly, because in a lot of my beta videos, um, people were like heavily criticizing my UI, my mouse overs, um, my keybinds, my RAID frames, and like honestly my best answer for that is that it was beta and I didn't really care what they were at the moment. Like I knew it was suboptimal, but I didn't really feel like putting in 20 hours into just like setting up all this stuff just so it can get wiped. So now I'm almost done with my UI for Legion, almost raid ready. I'd say 95% done. There's a few edits I'm going to be making, but for the most part, this is what it'll look like. So the first add-on I want to go over that I use, so I use three major ones: Bigwigs, Vuh Do, and Weak Auras. So these are the three major ones. There's minor things like SCADA or Recount or add-on called Track Cooldowns, but these three major ones are basically the bread and butter of how I can efficiently put out as much heals and DPS. So the first one I use is Bigwigs. Basically, you may know this, something similar to this would be like dangerous boss mobs. Bigwigs is kind of a more customizable version of dangerous boss mobs. So DBM puts a bunch of warnings up, it tells you when things are coming. So same concept, except I can customize it more. So I'll toggle my anchors here and create a bunch of fake incoming boss moves here. So I'll probably change the position of these a little bit, but basically the idea is that I can look up here and see well in advance when moves are coming, and then down here when the cooldown becomes under 10 seconds it'll move it down here so I'm prepared. Disc Priest more so before than now, but we still need to be able to think ahead far in advance, maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, to be able to plan on my atonement, plan on my damage so that the burst of our healing comes in and mitigates and then effectively heals up all of these this damage. So it's really important to know when moves are coming in. So dangerous boss mobs and bigwigs helps with that. I've emphasized cooldown timers with this. I can set up I can target certain moves so that I say when this move comes out, put an icon over these people's heads, and then I can deal with that on that way. Just a lot of versatility with bigwigs, so that's why I choose to use this one instead of dangerous boss mobs, but both are okay. So long as you have one of these, you'll be fine. So the next thing I have is called Weak Auras. So Weak Auras is it's an extremely programmable and customizable thing that you can basically do anything you want with it. So for example, if I click on this ad and I get in combat with this ad, these icons pop up. What these icons tell me is that my Light's Wrath is on cooldown, my Schism is off cooldown, my Penance is off cooldown, and my Powered Solace is off cooldown. So if I start casting these moves, it shows big icons with big timers showing when these moves are going to be off cooldown. And this is important for knowing how much time. For example, this shows the Schism buff, how long I have on Schism, and this shows how long I have on Light's Wrath. And then I can customize things like if I push Horn of Valor, it shows me how long I have on Horn of Valor, and it shows me how long I have on power infusion still. So this is really nice for setting stuff up like this. And then I have more weak auras to show my power word shield cooldown. So a lot of times I'm not really sure because it's so short now, 6-second cooldown. Well, I guess that decreases with haste, but basically it'll just show when my powered cooldown's up. If I push this button, it shows my rapture, so how long I have on rapture to keep spamming. You know, it's in my face, I can see it easily. I don't have to look down here and try to guess how long I have, or look up in my buff timer to see how long I have. I can do things like, if you notice this little number here, I've got, it's my atonement tracker. So actually, I have a little atonement tracker that shows how many atonements I have, and then when I hit a certain amount, let's see if I can hit a certain amount here. It should turn red. Yep, there we go. So when it turns red, basically I have it set so to tell me, hey, it's probably more efficient to push Powered Radiance than it is Plea. So I thought that was a really neat weak aura, and all of these weak auras, thankfully, our holy priest in our guild, Life Gutter, showed me how to do all these. Once he showed me a couple, it really was pretty easy to get into it and start doing simple things like this powered shield cooldown timer. What else do I have? I have a timer that shows me from darkness comes light, so your artifact weapon ability. It's just like your hidden ability when it comes on cooldown, because it's not always obvious, and it's really nice to be able to stock that up and then use it on command. And then this one here, this in the bottom right hand corner, is Shadow Word Pain. But what it is, so if I attack this target, this icon shows up, and it shows that I don't have Shadow Word Pain on these targets. So that means that I should apply it, and once I apply it, it goes away. And once this debuff, this Purge the Wicked or Shadow Word Pain goes away, and if I'm senses that I'm still in combat, it'll come back. So these are just kind of some of the weak auras that I have to help myself. Then I have things like Divine Star cooldown, Pain Sub cooldown. So it shows all of these cooldowns here. I haven't made one for Mindbender, I need to though. But yeah, so just all of this information, just so easily accessible, so easy to read. I know exactly how long I have for certain buffs, certain debuffs. No. So, as you can see, this can be extremely valuable once you get good at weak auras and you learn how to do a few of these like neat things. So the third add-on that I have, let's drop combat here real quick. So the third add-on that I have that is really important to my kit is called Vuh Do. So Vuh Do is similar to, well, there's a lot of things that are very similar to Vuh Do. There's grid, there's standard Blizzard raid frames, there's Healbot, I believe they call it. Man, there's just so many things, but I prefer Vuh Do because it's really customizable, but it's not so customizable that it's overwhelming. So how I have my Vuh Do set up, usually 4 groups, right? 4 groups of 5. And I enjoy it because it's it's easy to learn. There's so many tutorials out there on it, and there's so many people that use it, at least that I know of, that everyone has their input on how to help you with this. So basically, you can set up where abilities pop up. So if I cast, pain suppression's on cooldown, but so for example, if I cast this on myself, any raid frame that has a pink dot on it, I know has Atonement on it, and then I have it count down from there. I don't like showing mana bars on my raid frames because I don't really care how other people's resources are looking. If I, if Usually if someone goes or they're close to in a raid setting, they'll tell me. I can do things like keybind spells, so if I right click any raid frame, it will shadow mend them. And then when it's off cooldown, if I shift click any name, it will uh, pain suppress them, and then I can use barrier in the same way. So it's just really nice to have a really interactive raid frame setup that you have customized and that you enjoy using. Another thing I've done is that it shows the shield so you can't see it, but let's say that my health bar was depleted halfway. If I shield, it shows like a little white icon there. So those are the three major add-ons that I use to help improve my gameplay. So Vuh Do, weak auras, and bigwigs, and together, I don't know what I would do without them all, honestly. It would be incredibly difficult to heal, especially now as a disc priest when I have so much to keep track of. Like, there's no way I could just keep track of it all on my own. So thanks for watching. I'll come out with a couple videos, maybe like really basic tutorial videos on how to set up um, maybe a nice Blizzard raid frame for people that don't want to add these or don't feel comfortable adding, you know, these complicated um, setups. So I'll do like a basic tutorial for Blizzard frames, and then I'll do more of a in-depth tutorial on my Vuh Do. Bigwigs is pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I'll go into that. But alright, thanks for watching.